Hi guys, how are you? Ooh. Hi guys. Greetings. Greetings. Hello everybody. My name's James and I'm out here talking to the public tonight. It's actually a good time to intercept some people because everyone's going to the grocery store. It's not super cold, but we might be getting rain. I'm sorry, snow tomorrow, so everyone's coming out to the grocery store. So it's a good night. What's up, Carrie? How you doing? Nice to see you. I'm doing good. I just kind of got off work, so figure I'd stop over here. This has become like my favorite spot because I have not only a liquor store, a restaurant, and a grocery store, plus tons of restaurants all around. So we could try to get people in. What's going on, buddy? How are you? So we'll see what happens. Vegan is cool. Thank you, August. 80 billion, yep, for money, every single one of them did not want to die. So true, Carrie, so true. Every single one of them. They got families, brothers, sisters, moms, or mothers, fathers. Oh, none of them want to die. So maybe one day we can stop taking that away from them. What's going on, buddy? You want to try? Okay. Have a good night. My super tight vegan is cool. What's this live about? Thank you for the caps. Negan, you're close to vegan, Walker. This is a live. We are outside of a grocery store, and we are asking the public 3 questions and hopefully starting some dialogues on veganism and philosophy and voting with the dollar. Not trying to take too much of anybody's time, but I'm trying to hand out cards tonight, so we'll see. What's going on? Just set up. You want to know the questions? Okay. The questions are, number 1, do you know what veganism is? And the first thing I like to do is mention that veganism is not a diet. It has nothing to do with food. It's a philosophy. And it has to do with rejecting everything that has to do with animals and products of animals. Hi there. How are you? How's it going? Good to see you. So it's pretty simple. So just trying to clarify that right off the bat. The second question is, do you believe in animal abuse or do you support animal abuse? And most people will say no to that. And that will lead me to my next question, which is, do you think you can kind of reconcile, or do you think you can be somebody that's against animal abuse but still pay for it 3 times a day? And then hopefully that starts our little dialogues. Hopefully that starts some dialogues. And I give out some cards, shake some hands, kiss some babies. No, just kidding. Yes, Dominion. Everybody watch Dominion on YouTube. Phenomenal movie. Not like in an entertainment way, just an eye-opening movie. Very eye-opening. And it shows exactly what you pay for when you buy meat and cheese and milk and eggs. See if we can get this guy. Hi, guys. What's going on, buddy? How are you? A lot of cars out here tonight. So those are the questions. Anybody here that's not vegan in the chat, please, hang out for a bit. And maybe you'll catch some dialogues. If you have any questions, relay them into the chat. Maybe I can answer them. But basically, I'm here and other activists and other vegans are speaking out because we've identified an injustice which is currently happening with the 80 billion a year culling of animals. And we're out here trying to tilt people's minds and get them thinking. Most people are good underneath. So that's what we're doing. So welcome, everybody. If you're not vegan, go vegan, man. You can do it now. You don't have to pay for this crap. You don't have to support violence, and also teach your friends and family to do the same. Hi there. You want to try? Have a good night. Yep. Let's try to start baiting people in. Welcome to the chat, everybody. My name is James. I'll be hosting tonight. What's going on, buddy? How are you? You want to try? All right, I can challenge you a little bit. Okay, so Carrie, 80 billion land animals killed every year for money. That's all it is. It's money. It's the bottom line. It's the whole reason it's going on. The entire reason. And what I'm doing is kind of cool, because even if nobody comes over and talks to me, I still get to put the elephant in the room out on display. And we get to, start making it more palpable and putting it in front of people, because a lot of people just don't want to know about it. And these same people are very good people that will change if they're intercepted, All right. There they go. But we're gonna get some people tonight. There's too many. There's too much activity. Someone triggered is gonna walk up, or we're gonna have some kind of conversation. We'll see. What's going on, guys? How are you? Yeah. How's it going, guys? How are you, sir? Oh, I know this guy. Come on. Oh, we haven't chatted. We did chat last time. Remember? You're Scott. Was it Scott? No. John, that's right. Yeah. I'm just out here again. Awesome, man. Did you look at the resources at all, or no? Hell yeah. Well,
I did. It doesn't mean I'm like.
Yeah, no, I got you. No, but it's good to look at. It's good to know about.
Yeah.
So, thanks again for stopping by that night.
I have a twin brother back in Seattle.
Yeah.
And I even had a conversation with him. He's a science teacher.
Yeah.
And we chatted about it.
Yeah, right on.
Your message has gotten out there.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, I appreciate your support and your energy. I appreciate it.
Okay, take care.
Thanks a lot. Have a great night. Stay warm this weekend, or this week. Really nice gentleman. Talked to him last week. Gave him a card. He looked up some resources. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's kind of cool to see people again. Jesus Christ teaches about Thanksgiving. Oh my God. Okay, but if Jesus was here, I really don't think he would want us to slaughter and slit animals' throats for taste pleasure. So that's just me. I look like Eminem? Okay. All right, thank you, I guess. That guy said what's going on, buddy? How are you? That guy said he talked to his brother about it. I guess he chatted to him about our chat, because I talked to that guy last week for like a good 15 minutes. And we talked nutrition for a bit until we kind of got out of that because there's no reason to talk nutrition. Everybody can go on both sides with the nutrition argument absolutely forever, but it is absolutely 100% a sure thing that you can survive and thrive on a vegan diet from pregnancy to elderhood, and there's no contesting that anymore. So that argument's off the table. So I like to kind of tilt things back to ethos, just going back to ethos, where the conversation needs to go. Starving hunters. Well, we're not right there right now, flow grown. We have evolved. That's the key word or message I would extrapolate from your sentiment there is evolution. We're intelligent. It's 2025. We have the ability to eat readily available vegan options everywhere we go. So we can evolve away from these archaic practices of killing for taste pleasure. And most people will make the change. Good people will change if they're kind of intercepted and shown the truth. Like I thought, and I still think that I was a good person for 30 years until I was intercepted by somebody, and they made me think and showed me the truth. And I changed. What's going on, buddy? How are you? All right. Okie doke. Anyway, absolute nonsense. Okay, Wonder Beast. We're so intelligent we can force evolve their bodies gave it. We force evolve the bodies that God gave us. Real men protect the vulnerable, not murder them. Exactly what Carrie said. If you're killing and eating animals, I mean, I hope you would know you're not doing anything macho or protective or stewarding. It's pretty cowardly, actually. A lot of these animals are younglings, effectively children, when they're killed. We're taking their lives. What's going on, buddy? All right. Hi there. How are you? How you doing? Hi. If you raise and feed animals, that is caring for them. What? If you raise and feed animals, that is caring for them? Okay, let me paint a hypothetical here. Say you are. Let's do that with humans. Let's raise and care humans, and then one day let's just slit their throats wide open, bleed them out, take their body parts, and then wrap them in plastics and sell them to people to eat. That's not caring. That is psychopathic. And we've all been taught that this is the normal, nice, and necessary thing. And we've been taught that by money, big business, big money. Follow the money, guys. Follow the money. What are you doing? Okay, Webb, I'm out here with a sign that says not vegan yet. It says 3 quick questions, and I'm out here talking to the public and simply asking them 3 questions and hopefully starting a dialogue from there. Hi there. Hi. It's actually a nicer night than I thought it would be out here. I thought it was going to be freezing cold. Ooh. What's up, nerds like us? Murdering and killing are 2 different things. I don't know what utopian fantasy land you're living in. They're the same thing to me. There's no if it's not necessary to do, that is murder. Maybe we should stop eating animals now. Can you make nerds? Yes, definitely. Sorry, guys. I'm looking. Okay, nerds, you are a moderator. I love a good ribeye, says Jimmy. Okay, well, I mean, the helpless animal that was killed for your ribeye, he doesn't feel like that. I mean, it could have been a child, effectively, depending on how old that cow was. What's going on, buddy? Pretty good, pretty good. So thank you for saying that. It, it is, but I've been out here for a while now, and no one has said anything, so I will continue to come onto this property until I'm told to leave. I'm not going to tell you guys where I'm at because I don't want the trolls to. I don't want the trolls to rat me out. But so far, I mean, I'm right in front of a bank here. We got a grocery store over here. We got a bar right here. And the bank's closed on Sunday. Like, who cares? It's free speech. That's because you're some yahoo at a grocery store trying to tell people to be vegan. Brian, I'm not telling people to be vegan. I'm out here highlighting the elephant in the room, putting the vegan word out in the air, hopefully making some people think, and also starting some dialogues that may also make them think. I'm not telling. I don't make people vegan. People make themselves vegan. Then once they realize their moral consistencies are out of whack. I mean, that's what happened with me. I realized my moral consistencies were out of whack. I love animals. Well, you don't even have to love animals. I consider myself a good person. I consider myself somebody that exhibits the golden rule, and realized that I was paying for others to suffer on my behalf. Not for anything I needed, because you don't need anything nutrition-wise from meat or cheese or milk or eggs, but more so for effectively the pleasure I was deriving from them. And then went vegan 11 years ago. We're just out here. We're not gonna. There's 98% of us in the world are not vegan. So you're not going to go and get systemic change to government with a 2% number. We have to get people unblind from the truth and show them the truth. Take the veil off from what industry has effectively done to them. And it sucks. But industry has hurt each and every one of us as far as going back 10,000 years when herding culture started all this garbage, where we decided we could position with your body, my choice, and exploit animals for our own good, for money, for profit. 2025, we're free and clear. It's been like this for a while. We need no nutrition from an animal. The only reason we do it is for effectively greed, gluttony, taste, pleasure, and money, and people building wealth off the backs of these helpless animals. So, easy to go vegan, guys. We can all do it. I can't stand meat eaters. I feel you, Wendy. James, meat is required to have health, says OJ. Well, I'm happy to enlighten you. It is not. So that is erroneous. Life is short, so there's nothing wrong with enjoying meat. Jimmy, I would argue that life is short, so why not leave a legacy of peace for when you're gone? Why forfeit that legacy and contribute so much to suffering, death, and violence, and also be an example of someone that supports suffering, death, and violence? That's how I would look at that perspective, or through that, with your perspective that life is short. And honestly, there's so many vegan versions of everything. Like all meat and cheese and milk and eggs, there's a vegan version, guys. You can find the vegan version, and it tastes the same. And I'm not bullshitting you. It actually tastes the same. And I know what you've heard. Oh, all the processed, the oils, blah, 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 Soylent Green. Don't listen to that propagated bullshit. It's just plants. Most of these analogs and plant meats are just plants put together with heating, cooling, and pressure. They season them, they'll texture them. That's it. What's going on, buddy? How are you? You want to try? You want to try? I could challenge you a little bit. Have a good night. Nerds like us says veganism is not about your health. It is about ending the exploitation of animals. Exactly. Veganism is not a diet. Veganism is a philosophy, a golden rule philosophy, a do unto others philosophy. It's not a diet. Anybody joining, I have a sign out here tonight, not vegan yet. 3 quick questions. I will be asking people if they know the definition of veganism, 1. 2, if they are for or against animal abuse. 3, how do they reconcile that if they are still paying for meat and cheese and milk and eggs? And hopefully we'll get some dialogues. If you like the video and subscribe. I'll be doing these every week. And I have some ideas of different areas to pop up in. Next week I want to go to an area a little north of this one where there's a lot of restaurants and stuff and more people. So I might try that out. Weeville says, James, ever eat a chicken sandwich while looking at a chicken? It's erotic AF. Oh, God. Okay, we have some psychopaths in here. We got that box checked. That's good. Don says, I'm hungry. Going to make a steak. See ya. Okay, Don, noted. Thank you for sharing that with us. Okay, your phone exploited animals for no good. My people honored them. All right, that sounds like gymnastics. YouTube needs to take this guy down for spreading misinformation. Oh, yeah, okay. I think the misinformation comes from your side of the fence, my friend. 98% of people are not vegan. 98% of the influence comes from agriculture means. And that is all propagated misinformation in order to get you to buy and give your money to them. Support those farmers that are slitting throats, that are ending lives for the sake of money. Now, I'm not saying I'm against farming. I'm not against farming, but I am against when lives get taken unnecessarily. And farmers can change too. And it's hard work. It's hard work. I'll agree with that. But just because work is hard doesn't mean it's respectful. If you're taking a life unnecessarily, I'm sorry, that's shameful, effectively. Why is the delusional clown on my feed? Listen, Raoul, I don't know how I got in here. You feel free to leave. I'm just out here speaking to people, trying to connect with human beings. John says, me too, especially buffalo-style wings. Oh, God, dude. It's terrible. You can find vegan wings. They're just as good. Nobody gets killed. No cholesterol, no saturated fat, no heterocyclic amines, no TMAO, no growth factors, hormones, IGF. You can eat the plants. Eat the plants, not the bugs. Let's not get that confused with. I love all the rhetoric with that goes around making fun of vegans, saying we're telling people to eat the bugs, and Bill Gates is our Lord and Savior. And Soylent Green, though. I love that. Who knows how that happened? What's going on, buddy? All right. Let's see. Max says, meat tastes good. Plus, plants are still technically living things. Max, it's a great point. That's a great point. They are technically living things. In order to be sentient, you have to have a brain and a nervous system. Plants have neither, so they're not sentient, but they are living. So they respond to stimuli. So like me touching my phone, that phone will respond to the stimuli that I exact. They don't have a subjective experience of life. And even if they did, there's an 8-to-1 energy conversion ratio at play when you grow a cow. So that means 8 energy units in, 1 energy unit out. And the cows have to eat plants. So that's a lot of plants that have to die on the cow's behalf, and then the cow gets its throat slit, and it's just a whole myriad of things. So if you're against an anti-harm, then you will be vegan nonetheless. And veganism, it's not about getting rid of harm. It's reducing harm. It's reducing harm. Jim Bob. Oh, Jim Bob's eating a bacon sandwich. But they do have intelligence. Exactly. I love the phones, though. But phones, though. Well, guys, this has been great so far. It's just outreach to the chat tonight. No, we'll get a few people over here. Smash burger with some grilled onions. Eat a plant burger, John. You can eat a plant burger. Or there are plant smash burgers out there now, too. Tristan says, why are animals meant to be eaten? Well, somebody told us that. That was a narrative. That was a narrative courtesy of agriculture and herding culture and people in it to make the money. So they're the ones that told us that. We've separated dogs and cats effectively from cows and chickens and pigs. And we've all been taught that the killing of chickens, pigs, and cows is normal, necessary, and nice. And we know now that we don't need any of that for nutrition. Hey guys, thanks everybody for being here. Appreciate the productive chat. Subscribe if you want. Like. Hang around, listen. Hopefully we'll get some people to talk to. And guess what? If we don't, still out here making people a bit uncomfortable. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully somebody will come by and talk. We want people to be uncomfortable. We want people to feel weird about the behavior of buying this kind of stuff. Because animals are getting killed for no reason. And it's good people that are doing it. What's going on, buddy? How are you? You want to try? Good? All right. Whew. Actually got my camera up higher tonight. I don't know if you guys can tell. I think it works, but I don't like going all the way down. Whoa, okay, flurry of things. Okay, Tony says I like steak. Thanks, Tony, for that. Jim Bob Jones, okay. You're on a deserted island with a dog and no rescue in sight. What do? Eat your dog? Actually, I probably would not do that in that particular situation. I'd probably just take the big ride because it doesn't seem too practical. But once again, we're not in that situation at all. We can paint hypotheticals all day long, but we're in an era where everything is readily available. Most of us. I mean, people in different countries, Inuits, people in very poor countries, they might not have a choice, and that's justified. But it's not justified for us, because I can go right over there and get a readily available whatever I want. Every single fruit and vegetable has every single essential amino acid. You can find protein in plants. Vitamins, the only vitamin you need on a vegan diet is B12. B12 doesn't even come from animals. It comes from a bacteria in the soil. Animals get it supplemented. So instead of getting your B12 through a dead animal, you can take the supplement of B12 instead. And you don't have to go through the middle animal, whatever. Anyway, you would, let's see. So are you arguing that it's unnatural for human beings to eat meat? Are we not omnivore? Zach, so we are opportunistic omnivores, and architected as such. But by design, we are herbivorous, by practicality. What's going on, guys? You guys want to try? Could challenge you. All right. By practicality, we are herbivores. Look at our canines. You got canines in the back of your teeth. There's big teeth back there that we call our canines. You're not going to tell me that you can take those canines, go out into nature, chase down an animal on foot, let's be fair, on foot, pick him up, harvest him, with nothing, no tools, no nothing, and then eat him raw. It's got to be raw, and that would be, how you would do it. No, there's no way. That is not how it would work. Uh, our day and age, we're using tech, we're using fire, we're using all this stuff. You cannot naturally, keyword, say that we're omnivores, because there's no way that we can effing do that. Also, here's another stress test. You're driving down the road, and you see roadkill. Are you hungry? Probably not. So we are opportunistic. At one point we had to, but now we don't, and it's a beautiful thing. We do not. Anyway, I hope that answered your question. Okay, Grandpa. I'm all for people living however they want to live, but I hate it when people push their lifestyle on others. Dave, I used to think this exact same thing, right? I used to think this exact same thing, but then one day I realized that I was pushing my beliefs on others when I was sending them to the slaughterhouse, because I decided I need taste pleasure, I need habit, I need convenience. So I thought the exact same way, but being vegan is the opposite of forcing your opinion on others. Just like with kids, people say, why do you force your kid to be vegan? Well, you have to back up and look from the macro perspective. Why are you forcing your kid to be non-vegan? Especially now that we know all these things are harmful. Cholesterol, saturated fat, hormones, IGF-1, growth factors, heterocyclic amines, TMAO, cortisol. The list goes on, all this stuff that's in animal products. Suffering, death, pain. We're eating that. So I love that when people say, why are you forcing your kid to be vegan? Why are you forcing your kid to not only eat death and violence, why are you forcing them to eat unhealthy, plaque-promoting, artery-clogging foods that are not going to do them well on a 10, 20-year time horizon? Well, Zachary, we don't even have to eat soy, and most soy goes to animal feed, my friend, so like 90% of it, dude. I'm hungry. Hi, guys. How are you? You guys want to try? All right. I could challenge you a little bit. No one's a cow matters more than a pollinating insect. Raymond says a cow matters more than a pollinating insect. Well, one doesn't have to matter more than the other. Oh, and I see what you're saying. I see his appeal here. So it's a crop deaths kind of appeal, I'm presuming. Well, I'll touch on crop deaths real quick. We don't live in a vegan world. 98% of us are not vegan. Farmers, most of them are not vegan. So we can't count on them to steward the crops in a vegan manner. When we get to a vegan world, I think that would be much more realistic. That people actually care and they realize that those other beings are conscious. And the difference between, crop deaths and rodents and stuff like that is when you pay for meat or cheese or milk or eggs, you are directly paying for the exploitation of animals. When you're paying for plants, you are not paying for the direct exploitation of animals. There's a big difference there, my friend. I'm not vegan because of Leviticus 11. If you're religious, I would think you would be vegan. Everybody watch Christspiracy and learn how we've been tricked. We have been tricked. James, have you been teabagged? All right, Weevil, you're officially a troll. People for ethical treatment of animals, PETA. How many animals die for any crop? It's unknown, Derek. We have no metrics on this, but we do know for sure that animals do die for crop growth, for sure. That's why veganism is not about being perfect. It's about reducing your harm as much as practicable and possible. So it's not a utopian kind of thing where you're going to be perfect. It's impossible. And a lot of people that are non-vegan will argue with us vegans and say, well, you kill bugs, you kill rodents. That's called it's a fallacy called an appeal to Nirvana fallacy, where you say, okay, it's all or nothing. So since I can't prevent all deaths, then I might as well watch out. We got a cop here, guys. I guess she doesn't care. Hold that thought. Okay, we're good. Since we can't prevent all deaths, we might as well keep sending 80 billion land animals to their death every year. What a terrible argument. Hi guys, how are you? Nice to see you. How you doing? So you aren't contributing to vegan farming, but want everybody to jump on the bandwagon? Contributing? Well, once again, that a kind of appeal to Nirvana, Negan. It's that appeal to perfection. You can't do that. No, there's no way all of us can contribute to vegan farming. Okay, but you know what we can do? Check this out. You can take away and boycott the violence that comes with paying for direct animal exploitation. You can say I'm against this. You can say I'm a person that's against this and be an example of somebody that's against this. In the future, as we go on, we can tackle these crop deaths and things along these lines. But we have to tilt the buying dynamics first. It's not gonna. Where we're at right now is way in the Stone Ages. Anyway, still got. All right, let's see. Raise and grow your own food. Okay, Raymond. I mean, I'm okay with that as long as you're not killing anybody. And when I say anybody, I mean animals. So that's great. Chris says, what a loser. Okay, thanks for that, Chris. Tofu forever. Me too, I love tofu. Vegetable is not for lazy people. That's interesting. I love tofu too. Only nothing comes from nothing by definition. You don't get it one or zero. There was a big bang and there is a big bang. Okay, Wonder Beast, thank you. I don't see how that defends a non-vegan position, but sentiment noted. Happy, that is completely fallacious. Fish have feelings. There's a book out there called What a Fish Knows, and it's written by Jonathan Balcombe. He is a fish scientist. He studied fish. He studies insects now. But he talks about the familial dynamics of fish, science that shows they do have feelings, anecdotes that show they do have feelings. They have these things called nociceptors, which are like pain receptors spread out through their entire body. They have families. They definitely have feelings, and they can feel pain. They have a central nervous system. So, yeah, no reason to eat fish either. And plus, you don't want that shit, cholesterol, saturated fat, all the crap that you'll be putting in your body. But the main thing is the fish. So the fish doesn't want to die. And think about the way they're killed. They get these hooks right in their fucking cheek, ripping them open. It's absolutely savage and just shameful what we do to them. Alfie says, dogs are a little different as they are domesticated and useful, but I will happily eat horse meat. Okay. I think we have that just sounds psychopathic how you put that. Or octopus. Omega-3 bad, LOL. Fun fact, you can get omega-3s derived from chia, flax, and walnuts. Fish actually get their omega-3s, guess where? Who knows where fish get their omega-3s from? Anybody? So, fish get their omega-3s from algae. And if you want, seaweed. You can take a supplement that is an algae-based supplement and get it directly, kind of like the B12 thing. take the supplement instead of getting it through the middle fish in this case. I think yeah, many people sell the DHA EPA supplements. Wow, no one's come over and said hi tonight, but there isn't, I guess people are cold as hell because it is like freezing cold out here. That might be part of it. Please, James, I have 420 head of cows. What do I do with them? Kyle, I mean, I don't know. You kind of, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know if you're being goofy or what, but those are living beings, my friend, and they don't want to die. Have a good night. You guys want to try?
What is it?
Could challenge you a little bit. It's just just 3 questions. I like to ask people if they know what veganism is or they have any idea.
Vegan?
Yeah, yeah.
That's like no meat.
Yeah, like no meat, no cheese, no milk, no eggs. But it's mainly a philosophy of kind of nullifying that might is right mentality and just rejecting all purchasings of anything animal for the sake of the animal. That's like basically the real definition. My second question is, do you respect animals?
Yes, but I also know that, they've been a food source forever. So
Yeah, it's so true. Herding culture, 10,000 years ago, pretty much started it all. But the third question I ask people is, can they really be against animal abuse or respect them if they're paying for it? Because inherent to the animal's death is abuse. What they have to go through before, whatever, the slitting of the throat, the bolt to the head, dairy cows get raped, so it's a little difficult. But that's my third question. So what do you think?
what was the question?
Like, do you think you can still be a person that's against animal abuse while still paying for it 3 times a day?
I mean,
Yeah.
we eat a lot of eggs.
Yeah, yeah,
And we drink a lot of milk.
Yeah.
So we don't eat a lot of red meat, but we do eat a
Yeah.
lot of protein.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I get it, but
yeah,
I mean, what did the Indians do back in the day?
So
As
true.
Hunters, I mean, we had to
Yeah.
kill animals as a source of food.
and I realized that same thing too, and I used to be my mindset, but then I realized that in this day and age, we don't need any of it for our nutrition. Zero, like literally zero. I've been vegan, I guess, 11 years, like 11 years now. And B12 comes from a bacteria, not even from animals. And we supplement that. The animals get that supplemented to them. Or we can just take a supplement instead of getting it through the middleman or the middle animal, so to speak. So all nutrition is covered now. So basically, we're trying to let people know that there's no reason to do it anymore. And the only reason we're doing it is essentially have it taste, convenience, taste. Taste is the big one, right? And
We have switched to a lot of plant-based
yeah,
at our house.
yeah.
So, I mean, we do eat some animal-based.
Yeah.
But for the most part, he and I do a lot of plant-based.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And
stuff.
you
So
can,
we're slowly going that way.
yeah, here's what I would float you with. And I know it's cold as hell outside.
I've just been really sick and I'm ready to go home.
Oh, sure. Here, I got a card here too. I give cards out. It just got resources, just like nutrition resources. Oh, my hands are so freaking cold. Oh my God. If you can just take one of those, that'd be awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, check it out. There's a speech on the back.
Okay.
And, I get it's great to move forward, in scale, at your pace. But like the animals right now, they need us to just stop. And we have that choice. We can still just stop. And from their outlook, they would want us to not take it slow. They would want us to just stop, But take a look at the card. Thank you for stopping. I really appreciate you guys. Have a good night. Well, I'm not going to get everybody on camera, it seems. I thought that was a nice dialogue. It's really cold, so they were trying to move along a little bit. But it's not that cold. Plants have no nervous system or pain receptors. They are not sentient. Carrie, 100% accurate. Thank you, Carrie. Show evidence that plants feel pain. Yeah, what's up with all the plant activists? I feel like the plant activists are a product of the second stage of truth. Like they're all coming out in this second stage of violent opposition. or maybe we're still in ridicule. Who knows? Um, Guys, stop. Stop with this fallaciousness with the plants. I mean, if you're going to be a plant rights activist, get your ass out on the street, start talking to people about treating plants right. And you will probably be taken away by the authorities in a straitjacket. It's just ludicrous. Put a vegetable, a carrot, next to a dog. Cut the carrot, cut the dog. Which one are you going to feel for? Sure as shit, not the carrot. Come on, guys. Carrots don't. This whole sentience thing. Do you guys get sentience? I feel like most non-vegans are just uneducated. They don't know what. I shouldn't say that. They don't know what sentience is. I don't want to say uneducated. Most non-vegans are smart, and most people are smart, and they're good people, and most people will change if presented the right information, like truth, right? Those two people seem pretty cool. They said they're eating a lot more plant-based. They're changing a bit, but I kind of highlighted how. What's going on, buddy? How are you? You want to try? Okay. Good night. When did you transition? Well, for me, I transitioned 11 years ago. Rishi says, James, what's your background? Just curious. I mean, I guess you mean my professional background. So I've done a lot in the fitness space. I ran my own personal training business for a little bit. I mean, right now I kind of work from home. I mean, I don't want to kind of delve into it too much. It's kind of irrelevant. So I'll just say those two things. But the reason I'm out here, why I'm here, has nothing to do with me professionally. Just out here speaking up and hopefully intercepting some schools of thought. So should numbing an animal before eating them be used to prevent pain, like plants? What? Okay. I mean, we have established plants don't feel pain, right, Eric? So I don't. Okay. Chris says, so you've been a beta for 11 years. Chris, I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you right now, and I want you to reconsider that whole notion of alpha and beta. So I would say that, hang on one sec. What's going on, guys? How are you? You guys want to try? I could challenge you a little bit.
I've been a vegan.
Oh, okay. You can always change. How's it going, buddy?
Good.
How are you? Pretty good. You want to try?
No, thank you.
I could challenge you a little bit. Or not. So, let's see. What was I going to say? Man, those guys just rejected the hell out of me. So, people aren't always going to be nice. You know, you're going to deal with people. The human being is a volatile animal. When you're taking the life of like a child, or say a youngling, like a lot of these animals are just, they're young when they're killed. Yeah, they're big, you know, whatever. But they're young, they're innocent, they don't want to hurt anybody. And they're being killed for your yum-yums, Chris, your taste pleasure, I would say, your yum-yums. So is that alpha? Bro, if you think that's alpha, I really don't know what to tell you, man. That's kind of a weird definition of alpha. So, I mean, vegans are kind of stewarding. We're trying to do our best to protect, standing up to bullies, and posturing with consistency. But I guess it says beta to you, huh? All right. I just ate a chicken sandwich, says Dumbo, or Dumb Monk. Okay. Why do people love to come in here and tell us what they're eating? I guess they think it pisses us off. Yeah, yum-yums, Negan. You're like the taste pleasure. Yum-yums. Okay, and tons of young humans die homeless, and for someone who claims to care so much for animals, I don't see you doing anything for your species. How do you know I don't, for one? L-Slice, you honestly don't know that. I could be. But here's the cool thing. Being vegan is a non-action. Like what you just mentioned, doing something for the species, that's an action. Okay, you have to go out. maybe get involved with government, have to kind of get in deep to kind of tilt that systemic change. Vegan is a non-action. Okay, you literally still buy the milk, you reach for the plant-based one. Still buy the meat, you reach for the plant-based one. You can still, you do everything you're doing. You don't change anything. You just buy the plant-based, more cruelty-free, harm-free version. It's a non-action, so it doesn't take anything away from you. You can do it without even trying, and you can be vegan while fighting for human rights and things along those lines. And I would argue, if you teach a child to be vegan and you teach a child not to harm a spider, that child's going to grow up stewarding his own species a lot better than others. So maybe I'll leave you with that. Dog soup. Show me some vegetables right now. What is your opinion on hunters and Inuit people who rely on meat to survive? Okay, so I think hunting is cowardly. If you are hunting in a space where you don't need it. I think Inuit hunters and people that have to do it, I think that's a whole different story. I think if you have to eat, it's justified. You have to eat. You might have to hunt. But guys, anybody watching us right now, you don't have to hunt to eat. All of you guys can buy plant-based versions of, or find any kind of nutrition you want. What's going on, buddy? There is no reason for any kind of hunting or killing or buying an animal product. What's going on, buddy? How are you? How you doing? Chris says, hunting is weak. Tell me your stance on guns without telling me your stance. Here goes Chris with the whole alpha beta thing again. Chris, you're just tough to reach right now, man. I'm going to stop interacting with you. Plant-based versions are not real food. Keith, so you think a dead animal, like literally a dead animal, is real food? We have to rethink our perspectives, guys. A dead animal is real food. I mean, last time I checked, plants are food. And a lot of these, a lot of the meats are just aggregating plants like lentils, fava beans, pea protein through heating, cooling, and pressure, and stitching out muscle and creating a meat from it. And the whole title of meat came up with by somebody a long time ago that decided to call it that. So we've just accepted that it has to do with an animal. We can always revisit and kind of revisit our perspectives. And I just call it plant meat, because it's proteins, lipids, vitamins, minerals, and water. I mean, that's all meat is anyway. So I just call it plant meat, and you get all that in the plant meat. Really simple. And you get no cholesterol, no saturated fat. Well, you get saturated fat, but not copious amounts of it. No heterocyclic no TMAO, no IGF-1, that's a cancer precursor. No growth factors, no hormones, no suffering, death, violence, you name it. Hi, guys. How are you? So it's kind of a net plus. Plants can talk to each other and was proven by a scientist, says Johnny. I mean, maybe they can communicate. I wouldn't be surprised to hear that plants can communicate. But we know there's a far, 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 far less gradient of sentience within plants. But we know they're not sentient. We know they're not sentient until some kind of research proves otherwise. But I would not doubt that plants can communicate with each other. And plants are amazing. Well, I mean, the cool thing is when you go vegan, you're more stewarding of plants because of that whole conversion ratio thing. A cow is a very inefficient biological machine. It'll turn 8 units of energy, and the output will be 1 unit of energy. So the way things assimilate inside of a cow are very inefficient, and you end up killing up tons and tons and tons and tons of your plants just to create the animal protein. Pretty terrible. Killing an animal is murder. Then what is war? How many animals are killed to make your vegan products, Chris says. Chris, I'm done with you. You're out. You're 3 strikes and you're out, Chris. Don't smoke grass, eat it. Okay. Ariel says, as Mufasa once said, we eat the antelope, then one day we will become the grass, and the antelope eats the grass, circle of life. Ariel, okay, hang on. What's going on, buddy? How are you?
Good.
That's good. You want to try?
No, I'm okay.
Okay. Okay. Could challenge you a little bit.
Nah,
All right, bud. Let's see. Circle of life was brought up. So I would say it's more so the circle of pain and suffering and death, and as far as in the urban and industrialized and contemporary time. So it's a nice romantic idea that people love to use, circle of life, but guess what? We're not lions. We're not in nature. You're a human being. We have moral agency. We can decide to protect and steward rather than harm and exploit. A lion can't do that. A lion will commit infanticide, kill his own kid. A lion will, rape other lions. And unfortunately, that is the nature of things. And is it right? No, but that is more so the nature of things. Humans have agency. And with great power, what's that line from Spider-Man? With great power comes great responsibility, right? So, food for thought. Vegan challenge. Hey, you want to eat something? Vegan challenge. Hey, you want to eat something a stranger says? What? That doesn't make sense. Dennis says, yes, exactly, right? Great quote. I love that quote from Spider-Man. Get yourself some armbands for the shallow end of the gene pool. You are woefully ill-equipped. I'll tell you, Mac, calm down and stop with the caps. God, unbelievable. Just relax. Everything's going to be okay. Relax. I'm only out here just talking to people, challenging people's beliefs a little bit, maybe starting some conversations. It's okay, my friend. Everything's going to be fine. I'm not saying we're lions. All I'm saying is eating meat is natural. There's no shame if we do. Well, Ariel, that's where I would contest. Vegans have identified an injustice in that since we don't need meat or cheese or milk or eggs to survive in 2025, and we know this now. You can look up the ADA, the American Dietetic Association. They issued a statement 3 years ago lamenting objectively that from pregnancy to elderhood, you can survive on a healthy plant-based diet. And this was known before this, but this was a real concrete thing. And this is the objective body that registers dietitians, that registers nutritionists. These are the guys that actually do that. So anytime you see a registered dietitian or nutritionist, these are the guys that certify them. So this is a statement based on thousands and thousands and thousands of peer-reviewed research papers. So since we don't need it for our health, the only reason we're doing it is to satisfy taste, pleasure, convenience, habit, culture, and that is not a moral or ethical justification. You're taking away somebody's life that doesn't want to die, and it's not nice. And that's our stance. So there is a lot wrong with eating meat, um, especially when you look through the victim's point of view. Okay, Jackson. Thank you for that, bud. Hi, guys. How are you? You guys want to try?
Not
I could challenge you a little bit. All right. Oh, come on. Come on.
Let me go in here. And
Okay, all right. Sounds good. This guy said he's coming back. He makes his own meat. Okay, so we got someone coming back, so we'll have another conversation in a second. He looks fired up. So let's see what he says. Maybe he'll have some good points. Do you eat avocados? Okay, are we going down the avocado rabbit hole? It doesn't matter if I eat avocados or not. I still love my plant friends. So do I. I love plants. What's wrong with plants? I think after this guy comes back, yeah, he's coming back. He's got to come back because he's going to the grocery store. He's got to come out of the grocery store. What was I going to say? I already forgot. Ariel, are you now saying plants are sentience? Don't do that. You're better than that. I think after this convo, though, I'm going to have to call it a night, guys, because it actually is freezing out here and it's catching up to me. We're getting near a foot of snow tomorrow where I'm at. So I can see the weather context kind of catching up, getting cold. Anyway, thanks for joining, everybody. Ahead of time, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this every week. I'll interact with the chat, more than happy to, and hopefully get some conversations out here and proliferate awareness and making people realize they don't have to do what they're doing. Oh. I thought you were gonna be like an hour. I'm like, shit, I gotta go. No, so like, okay, it's just 3 questions. I've just talked to a few people out here tonight, so thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
The first question is, do you know what veganism is? Are you aware of the actual definition of it?
The concept I'm
Yeah.
familiar with.
Yeah. So a lot of people think it's food. It's not food. It's philosophy. It's a stance saying might is not right, and I'm not going to exact my right over somebody that can't do anything. That's essentially what it is. What would you say?
It's philosophy that is dictated by diet.
Well, if it has to do with food, we omit foods that deal with animal exploitation. If it has to do with entertainment, we omit entertainments that have to deal with animal exploitation and the such.
So like lotion.
Yeah, absolutely. Like plant-based is the diet. Plant-based is the diet, but veganism is the philosophy.
Yeah.
Right? So the second question,
We're going in complete opposite.
Oh, okay.
Go right ahead.
Do you respect animals? Do you believe in animal abuse?
Absolutely. No, and yes. Yeah.
But you're against animal abuse,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So how do you reconcile that if you're paying for it 3 times a day?
Because of the nature of life, the process of life, you don't.
I got
the
you.
animal gets sacrificed.
Yeah.
Not in vain.
Yeah.
Not in vain. It gets sacrificed for a purpose.
Yeah.
And the most you can harvest from that animal, the better you're repaying
Okay.
the future.
Well, what I would contest that with is, do you think we need an animal for anything nutritionally?
Yeah.
Tell me, what do you think you need?
You need it all.
Or like specifically.
Specifically,
Yeah.
we're as humans we're carnivores.
Okay. Okay.
Right? We're
I wouldn't
carnivores.
say that.
Well, look
I would
at-
say
look at the
opportunistic
studies.
omnivores.
Look at the studies
Yeah.
and look at the omnivores versus looking at the carnivores.
Do you think you could
You're
take
gonna
on a
see
full?
massive difference in
Yeah.
physical stature
Yeah.
between a carnivore and an omnivore?
Here's how I would
Right?
answer that
So
question.
when you
Yeah.
consume, I'm still answering your question.
I know.
You asked me.
No, go on.
right?
Amplify. Yeah.
When you consume meat, and especially when you consume the organs of other animals,
Yeah.
that's when carnivores are at their best,
Okay.
and we're carnivores.
Okay. I would say if you were a carnivore, you would be able to go out into nature and you'd be able to attack an animal and use these canines and do it without any technology.
Nope.
No, you couldn't do it, right?
Nope.
You couldn't
Nope.
do it. There's no way.
Nope.
Like
That doesn't mean
so
you're not a carnivore.
so I would
That's not the
say
definition of a
at least
carnivore.
omnivore. Like you can't say we're
Nope,
carnivores.
That's not the. So
Yeah.
here's a perfect example.
Yeah.
If I walk off against a pile of lettuce
Yeah.
that's sitting there defenseless, I
Yeah.
can eat it if I want to.
Yeah.
It doesn't make me an omnivore.
Well, you can eat it and you can do it and you won't have any
Doesn't
struggle.
make me an omnivore.
But yeah, okay, it's an interesting,
Right?
it's an
That's
interesting
the
abstract
same-
perspective.
The same concept
Yeah.
you're saying.
But
right?
going back to
If
nutrition,
I can't attack an animal and
Yeah.
kill it with my own bare teeth, then I can't attack a vegetable with my own bare teeth in the same concept.
okay, but I'll back it up again. Can you tell me exactly what you need nutritionally from
Yes.
meat?
Yes.
What exactly do you need?
Yes. You
Besides,
need-
well, we can get protein from plants, though. We know that.
you need the protein.
Yeah.
You need the vital minerals that,
Okay.
that come from liver and animals,
Okay.
animals organs,
Yeah.
and the meat that
Yeah.
you can't get from vegetables. What you need from meat is what you can't get from vegetables.
Okay. We can agree to disagree there because I'm pretty keen on nutrition. I can tell you can get everything from a plant-based diet. There is something called B12 that I'm sure you're
And
familiar.
B12 is a great vitamin. Yeah, don't get
It's
me
about,
wrong.
and the animals, the only reason they get that is because they get it supplemented to them. B12 doesn't even come from animals, it comes from the soil. So the animals get it supplemented, we eat the animals, we get the supplement. But vegans, we just eat the supplement. We just eat the supplement instead of getting it through the middle animal. So, yeah, I think, yeah, right? Where I would differ is that we just don't need to do it. And the only reason we're doing it is
don't need
taste,
to do
pleasure,
what?
habit, convenience. Eat meat, cheese, milk, or eggs. We don't need any of
You're
it.
completely wrong.
We need nothing. Like there's
That's
literally
all
nothing.
we need. Literally, that's all we need.
That's what the 98% are telling you right now, because 98% of people are not vegan. But
Do you follow Casey and Callie?
no, YouTube, or is
Yeah.
it? No, I
Do you
don't.
follow RFK?
Oh, I'm familiar with RFK.
Okay.
I'm
Are
familiar.
you following him?
I know his sentiment. I know his, but
Okay.
he's not vegan, so he's
vegan,
not quite
but-
sound.
But they're trying to better.
At least there's going to be an uptick. Yes,
Okay,
I
so-
agree. There's going to be an uptick in nutrition.
Casey and Callie would be
Yeah.
the next step. They're
Yeah.
below him, and
Okay, I'll
So,
put that on my list.
Here's
for
here's
sure.
my thing.
Yeah.
it's important
We gotta
to
run.
follow that because
Dude, I've seen multiple
What's going on, buddy?
multiple
How are you?
people who've done the vegan approach.
Yeah.
That have, once
Yeah.
they've identified both sides of it, they've flipped.
Yeah. Well, this is anecdotal, what you're saying, just so you know, like
So-
right off the cuff.
No, it's
but it hasn't
it's
been
proven.
beneficial.
It's
Yeah.
The proof is there. So do
Okay.
the research, do on both sides, right?
Here's one I would have
Because
challenged. Okay,
here's the
I'll let you
thing.
finish.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing: when you go the carnivore route, and
Mm-hmm.
for the record, the reason why I'm standing here right now
Yeah.
is because I'm full carnivore right now.
I got you. I got you.
Full, like
Yeah.
full carnivore. diet.
I've been vegan 11 years. My daughter's vegan. My family, my sister's vegan.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
have a lot of anecdotal,
I've
like proof too. You know, but an anecdote's an anecdote. You know, you can only it only goes as far as it goes, and an anecdote has a very narrow kind of
Well-
utility when it comes to that. I would challenge you with this. I would say think of the 98% of the non-vegan energy that's out there, and the money that's underneath all that. Everyone's telling you to be carnivore. Everyone's telling you
No,
to
they're
eat
not.
meat, cheese,
No,
milk,
they're
and
not.
eggs.
No,
But
they're not.
98% of us are not vegan, so that's where all the monetary influence comes
No,
from.
they're-
So we have to follow the money. We have to follow the
You
money.
follow the money. Nobody's saying eat beef every day.
Yeah.
They're saying eat what
But
I
they want you to eat
created- Eat
you
what I
know?
created in my lab for you every day.
Okay.
That's what they're saying.
No.
They're-
There's no money behind that yet.
The bullshit.
Wait,
because
can
they
you tell
could-
me? Can you tell me the market cap
mo-
of Beyond
okay,
Meat,
'cause
or the market cap of Impossible
It's very
Foods?
simple.
I can tell you the
because
market cap of those
It's
plant-based companies.
very simple because if I go where I go now to buy
Yeah.
my steak comes from
The butcher.
the butcher,
Yeah.
and it goes to the shop. Okay,
Yeah, but-
so the market value that you're asking for is the chemically enhanced, the scientifically generated.
I get it. Yeah, I think.
Right where they say, hey, this has 14 ingredients, but it's
Yeah.
better for you because it's
Yeah.
it's.
There's
whatever
just. I
reason.
know. I get it. And there's
Right?
there's just
So
a lot
you
of.
can't tell me
Yeah.
that if somebody's going to say, hey, here's an egg with 3 ingredients, which do the research by the
Yeah.
way. Dunkin' Donuts, their egg has 7 ingredients in it.
Okay, that's interesting. Are they modifying that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Give me a fresh cracked egg.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
where I'm going.
I get it, and
So
we can
that's
go.
where the money is, and that's where the money is.
We can go nutrition
Just like,
forever.
Here's another one.
Yeah.
Gatorade. Gatorade's a perfect example.
Yeah.
Right. So Gatorade 20 years ago was 4 ingredients. Gatorade now
guess.
is 15 ingredients.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got a ton. It's
the
economical for
money-
them.
That's where
Yeah.
the money is.
Yes, but it's
So
also
don't-
and the
no-
monetary engine of animal agriculture. Can you tell me how much billions of dollars?
No.
Let me finish. How many
I
billions of
haven't
dollars?
finished yet either.
But how many
Because
billions?
You went down this road.
Yeah.
You said, "Where's the money?"
But I
And
would
I'm
directly disagree. I would
continually to
directly
prove to you-
disagree with that.
Well, then how do you disagree with
How
where the money
How many
is?
billions of dollars are subsidized to meat, cheese, milk, and eggs every year? Go.
Go in
You
that
can't tell
grocery-
me. You got to educate
Go-
yourself.
go
You're going to
in that-
have these conversations.
So
How much
before,
is the money?
before
38 billion.
Yeah.
Guess how
before
much
you-
plant agriculture gets?
Before you stand on your pedestal of the only shit that you know,
Yeah.
okay, and respect the question that you asked.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go in
38
there.
billion.
You go in there and you
Yeah.
see how much Gatorade's on the shelf.
I mean, Gatorade's a red herring, though. It's a
No, I
distraction.
believe you. I
It's a
believe you.
distraction.
No, it's
Because
not.
we're talking about that. We're
It's
talking
not
about.
a distraction. It's the problem.
Let me rein it back to
It's
the
the
victim.
root of
The
the
whole
problem.
reason I'm here is because of the victim. You have cows.
Play the victim if you
They
want.
don't want to die. The cows don't want to die, and we're killing them for
38 billion.
needless
Guess what?
nutrition.
I don't want to die either,
just
but
kidding,
it's
I'm
going to
sorry.
happen.
Yeah, but
I
we're
don't wanna
doing
die
it at a
either.
fraction of their lifespan, and they don't need to die. You know, they're killed, I think, around 8 or 9 years old, but they can live to 25 years old. And we say, you know what? Your body, my choice. I'm slitting your throat. Oh, and by the way, I'm also going to rape you, and I'm also going to take your kid. And we're doing all that inside the dairy and beef industries.
So
Are you familiar with how a cow gets
38
pregnant?
38 billion.
You're not. You're clearly not.
How? Can you tell me how a cow gets
Yeah,
pregnant?
do the research. Okay, watch
Tell
it.
me.
Watch it.
Well, if you can't tell me, you don't even know.
It's
I
too much.
so you stick
It's
your
too
hand.
much.
A farmer sticks his hand in their anus,
It's too much.
holds down their cervix, injects bull semen into the vagina.
It's too much. All right,
They do.
listen.
And then the
I
baby's
know
born.
you got your pillars, and I know you feel like you've got your.
Well, these are the
strongholds.
conversations
All right?
we need to have
But
because
the
there's no
conversation-
conversations
here's
going on
the
like this in
conversation
mainstream
you really
media
need
at
to have.
all.
Here's the conversation you really need.
Okay.
To have, okay. It's not vegan. It's not carnivore. What you need to have is a conversation where you go in there and you walk down the chip and soda aisle.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
It's a distraction, though. It is a problem. I agree.
Nope,
but
nope.
this is a bigger
It's-
problem.
no, it's
this
not.
is a much bigger problem.
Bullshit.
You're taking someone's life. That has to
Bullshit.
do with
I'm not-
health. We're taking somebody's life when it comes to eating non-vegan. You're taking somebody's life. You're taking their
Well, guess
kids.
what?
You're violating
Welcome
them
to the-
sexually.
welcome to the- what- no,
That's
you're
what
not
you are doing.
violating
And when you
sex-
pay for it, you're voting
Are you
for it.
kidding me?
That's exactly what you're doing. And that we don't know it because we've been distanced from it
that's the-
by the money. The
No.
money has blinded
That is
us.
how the chain of life works.
I was having that exact. You just referenced something I was
So-
just telling them about.
So what are you doing? Are you going to the wolves and saying don't eat the hyena?
We can't do that because they're a
Oh,
moral age. They're not. They're
oh,
moral patients.
oh,
We're moral
but-
agents.
but-
We have agents. Exemplary way.
More importantly is the fucking conversation about the aisle full of Doritos and Dr. Pepper in
No
that
matter what
grocery
we
store.
do as far as protesting that, there will be no change.
I
But I
think
can
you
change
got
your
a better
mind.
chance.
I can change your mind.
I guarantee
And
you
anyone
can't.
in the people that I talked
guarantee
about
you
here,
can't.
we have changed
You
minds.
got a better chance of correcting that, especially with the government that's coming in place.
Yeah.
You have a better chance of fixing that than you do that.
Well, I care more about them than I do about people's health.
Hey,
so,
to each your own,
You know.
right?
Well, it's been a good conversation.
Hey.
I don't think we're going anywhere though.
Yeah, listen,
I do appreciate you stopping though. What's your name?
my name's Mike.
I'm Jimmy.
Jimmy, nice to meet
If you want, and I don't,
Good
you don't,
luck.
if you want, I can give you a card with some resources. I don't know if you want
No,
that,
don't-
but
don't
okay.
care to.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
All right, sir.
The reason why I stopped, right? Like,
Okay.
I'm staunch.
Okay.
all
Well,
right? Your
it's
fight is better.
This
on
is-
put me on whatever you want. I don't
we're.
care.
Oh, I'm on YouTube Live.
Right.
And if I give you a card, you'd have my channel.
The better fight is the sugar and the Doritos and the chips and the sodas.
But what about the young 5-year-old? That's how old they're killed most of the time. It's looking up at the slaughterman, when he comes over with the knife, what about him?
What
What
about
about
him?
his family?
Then it gets
What about
processed?
his dad?
Do
His
you
brothers?
think he knows who his fucking
family?
dad is, first of all?
Well, who
I
are you
mean,
to say
I-
that?
I-
You don't know.
So
You don't
are
know.
you the one to say that you do know?
Well, we
No,
don't. We
you
don't.
do-
What
do
do we
you
really
know?
know? I don't even know if you're a
All right,
conscious
so
being.
then don't
you know?
challenge me if what I don't
but-
know if you don't know it either.
Well, I mean, I don't
All
know
right,
if you're.
so you don't know it either.
We only know ourselves, our subjective experience.
Right. Right. So don't
can't-
tell me.
you can't speak
don't
for
tell me
theirs.
about his dad when you don't
Yeah.
even know if he knows his dad. Right?
We know they're sentient. You know what sentience is?
We don't know shit.
What is sentience?
I don't care. What you,
We can't continue this conversation.
All right.
Have a good night.
You too.
Take care.
Yep.
Okay, that was interesting. My body, my choice, says Mateo. Well, exactly. And what we do to animals is we say, your body, my choice. You think that guy owned me? I don't think so. I think hopefully I made him think a bit, but he's very unreachable. We brought up three different, 3+ objections. I addressed them all, and still he's fighting like crazy to lament his position in that we have to be carnivores. Oof, got heated. So people get mad. That guy was very heated. Idea is to keep your cool and maybe get through to them. I honestly feel like I outreached the woman who left more than him. She was actually getting my points. Anyway, a lot of you guys in here, if you want, subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing these videos once a week. Absolutely, Jillian, we tried. I actually gave out a Giggly says, good work. Thanks, Giggly. Nice to see ya. Nice to see ya. If I were to eat meat, I'd probably get mad sick. What's up, Holly? We'll stay out here in spirit of our last conversation for a few more minutes now. See if we can get anybody else. Got a little momentum. Hi, guys. It's funny, the supermarket people here recognize me now. They're like, oh, there's that guy again with the sign. Holly says, I think there's simply better ways to go about all this. Well, Holly, in order to kind of change people, we have to meet them at the individual level and hopefully present dialogues like this far and wide, kind of intercept people's really inundated thinking that's been given to them by industry. So this is, you can petition all you want, you can put a post on social media, I do that, but it's also good to come out and directly talk to people. What's going on, guys? How are you? Hi, pretty good, pretty good. Travis says, don't ignore me. Okay, what's up, Travis? How about you change your dental hygiene before you work on changing others' diet? I mean, I guess I drink a lot of coffee, so. I mean, my teeth are pretty clean. They are a little tinted. They got a little tint, but thanks for that, person. Very intelligent. 2 cents there. He was a Harris supporter. Patriot says, I guarantee you this dude wouldn't remain vegan during the apocalypse. Well, that's a survival situation, Patriot. You're not in that right now, are you? If you were in a survival situation, really anything is justified. But you are in a situation, a privileged one, especially if you're looking on a smartphone at the dialogues I'm having out here tonight. You have readily available vegan options everywhere. So it's very unjustified just to take the life of a small animal or young animal for your taste buds. Man, we got a lot of trolls in here, huh? Voted real quick on the vegan shit, LMAO. Someone come get their couch dweller off the street. Believe it or not, I'm employed. I have a job. Just because I'm out here doesn't mean it. And honestly, I'm not proud of having a job. I don't think it's anything to be proud of, especially in this capitalistic framework we're working in. And it's a pretty oppressive framework, but I do work, so believe it or not. But why can't we do with our time what we want to do? If we want to stand up for, you know, more helpless victims, more helpless beings, why not, right? This guy says, I just bought a pound of bacon at the farmer's market. Thank you for that. I don't know why you guys feel obligated to lament your eating of steak and stuff. A lot of people in here. Get a girlfriend. I'll tell you. Good content. Thanks, Denise. Or Dennis. Fish says, I love meat. Okay, here we go. Did you know that even though plants don't have a conventional nervous system, it doesn't mean they can't feel pain? That the smell of fresh cut grass is basically an alarm system of danger. Well, thank you, MS Kid. I mean, I would not doubt that plants have robust defense systems and peripheral kind of sensory utility, but we do know they're not sentient, and sentience is an emerging property of having a brain and a spinal cord, and plants have neither of those. Neither. There's a lot of studies going on. They're going deeper and deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole to see if plants have any kind of sentient or feeling capacity. And yeah, that's a kind of something that's at play and at work right now. But we do know that animals 100% are sentient. We know that they have a brain and a nervous system. We know that they have a subjective experience of life. And so you can't bring up the plants thing. It's a red herring at this point. It's a distraction. It's disingenuous. Okay, guys, enough with the I just had a big steak. Makes sense if it has a spine, don't eat it. There you go. If it has a face and a mother, how about don't eat it? There you go. There's a good rule. If it has a face and a mother. James, do you believe in eating honey? Beekeeping is necessary for the bees to remain alive, so they don't suffocate in their own honey. We don't need honey. We literally don't need it for our bodies. Leave the bees alone. Yeah, we don't need to harvest their excretions or their secretions. Plus they feel too. They have little systems of awareness. We just don't need it. There's no reason for honey. There's nothing we need for honey. There you go. Leave the bees alone, says Trevor. Plants have parents too. You guys are getting crazy with the plants feel pain shit. Hi there. How are you? Hi guys. How are you? Too funny. This guy, Adam says this guy's ill-informed. Okay. Adam, we'll agree to disagree. How about that? I challenge you to look into what you are voting for with your dollar, my friend. Feel like this guy would let someone hurt his daughter or wife just in order to hurt the attacker's feelings. What? I can't, it doesn't even make sense. Joe, order not to hurt the... Okay, you might have to rephrase that. It went by too quick. With your teeth, you could snack on a 4x4. Okay, maybe my teeth are a little close to the camera. I apologize. So I'll back up a little bit. Okay. All right, big guy. It's cute. It's really cute. Hey, James, what if I eat a chicken? Says Nelson. Well, I would challenge you to think from the chicken's perspective. That's what I would say. Maybe the chicken doesn't want to be your dinner, my friend. Guys, I'm going to do about 7 more minutes, and then that's an hour and a half, and I'm out. Appreciate everybody for being here. Thanks for joining the live. You saw we had a few good conversations tonight. Well, one good conversation maybe. That last one was kind of ridiculous. You're just about to sit down. Okay, having roast beef. Ooh. Thank you, moderators, for getting these Some of these guys going too far out of here. Right? Yeah, that last one was a bit of conflict, Holly. I agree. Couldn't really get through that guy. This dude acts like his children tell him what to do. Okay, Patriot. Easy to say from the other end of a keyboard. I do have a kid. She is vegan, and she thrives on a vegan diet. What's going on, dude? How are you? Nice to see you. She thrives on a vegan diet. She's been vegan since birth. She needs nothing from meat, cheese, milk, and eggs, just like you guys don't need anything from meat, cheese, milk, and eggs. Please stop drinking others' breast milk. That's freaking weird. You don't need milk in your diet. And stop hurting harmless animals. You know, I trust me. I did it for 30 years. I did not know any better, but we know now we don't need anything from an animal for nutrition, guys. So it's time to make the tilt. Eggs are pretty bad too. When you vote for eggs or you buy eggs, you're supporting the culling of male chicks into a blender. That's what happens with the males. They go into a blender. They just, first day of life, they see, imagine it's your first day of life and you see everything around you, all the colors, the whole inundating experience. And then on that same first day of life, they take you and they drop you into a blender. Turn it on. They turn on the Vitamix and they they dismember you. There's blood and guts of all the other ones that are in there with you. That's the egg industry. In an eggshell, or in a nutshell. That's irrelevant, Matrix. I appreciate the question, though, but we're not talking about that. I mean, why do I look anemic? Oh my gosh. I hope I don't look anemic. I can't just leave people alone and let them live the way you want. I don't see anybody you talk to trying to force their views on you. Brandon, I thought that exact same way. I used to think that exact same thing, and I hated when people forced their beliefs on others. But I realized that when I purchased meat or cheese or milk or eggs, I was forcing my opinion, in my opinion, effectively, was that they need to die for my taste pleasure. I was forcing my opinion on them. So if you want to be consistent with your sentiment, you'd be vegan. I hope that hits. I hope that hits. Guys, I'm going to take off. I don't think there's too many others that are going to be walking by tonight. We got a snowstorm coming. So thanks to everybody for joining the chat. My hands are effectively frozen. So I'm going to get ready to get out of here, go home and relax. I really appreciate everybody for engaging and hopefully learning a little bit tonight and maybe making better choices as far as what we purchase and what we vote for. And thanks to the mods, nerds like us, Giggly, Carrie. You guys are awesome. Thanks for having the support. See you guys in the next stream. I'm going to go warm my hands up, I think. So, guys, take care, everybody.